Assalamu alaikum, welcome to my live session. So I can see a few people have joined in. Thank you so much for coming. Let's wait for a few more to join in. Hello, Kitchen with Precious Pearl. And we've joined in by Fatima Zahra. Assalamu alaikum, wa alaikum salam. And we've got Raza. Hello, Raza. Thank you for joining in. Okay, so I'm just waiting for a few more people to join in before we start. So as you can see, I'm in my kitchen and I wanted to do my first live session. So I was thinking what to do and I thought we'll cook together. So I'll just wait for a few more people to join in and then we can start. I hope you can hear me well. If there's any trouble in my voice, please let me know. Yes, Fatma, so I was planning to go with something simple and I've lined up a main dish. It's Chinese, partially Chinese, but of course I'm gonna give it some desi touch with the spices. And I've got a dessert lined up, and we'll make some cupcakes. So some people have joined in. Ash Qureshi, Assalamu alaikum, wa alaikum salam. Thank you for coming. Fatima Zara, not really. We can hear you clearly. Oh, thank you. Thank you for letting me know. Then we have Sarwat. Thank you. Hello. Hello, Sarwat. Thank you for joining in. Oh yes, we all love a desi touch to the Walaiti dishes, don't we? Okay, so I think we should start. And let me get my chicken first. So I've got a bowl here. I hope you can see it. And I'm going to add some chicken. And I've got the rest of the ingredients over here. One by one, we'll go through them. So I've got some boneless chicken here. You can use chicken with bones. That is equally good. So I just wanted to make something boneless. So there goes in the chicken. Now for the marination, we're going to add 1 teaspoon of garlic. I've got some minced garlic here. So we need 1 teaspoon at the moment and 1 later on. So next I'm going to add some black pepper. I've got some black pepper right here. This is nearly 1 teaspoon of black pepper that goes in. And next we have some red chilies. So I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of chili. You can add more or less if you like. There goes in the chilies. Then we have the salt. I'm gonna add 1/2 teaspoon. You can add more if you like. Next we have some sugar. 1 teaspoon of sugar. It's Chinese, it's gonna be a bit sweet and salty. Alright, so next we have vinegar. I'm using malt vinegar. You can use the simple white vinegar if you like. This is 1 tablespoon. Comes out really gradually, so already I've got a tablespoon here. So there goes in the vinegar. And now some soya sauce. So it's nearly 3 tablespoons of soya sauce. There goes 1, 2, and 3. So we've got more people coming in. Thank you so much everyone for joining in. Hello Aisha, hi. Best of luck for your first live. Thank you so much. Thank you for your wishes. And we've got Afsana Khan. Assalamu alaikum. Walaikum salam. We're making some Chinese over here. I've got some boneless chicken. I've added some spices and some vinegar and soya sauce. And I'm gonna add some red chili flakes to it. This is totally optional. If you like it hot, you can add more. If you like it mild, skip it. Let's just give this a little mix, and then we can put this aside for a little while. So this is all mixed up. If you can see, all the chicken is nicely coated. I'm just gonna cover it up. So I've got these lids. These are not plastic and they are BPM free and they're reusable. So it is a really nice option to cling film. So we'll just leave this chicken. You can leave it in the fridge if you like. You can leave it outside. I'm just gonna leave it outside. Okay, and now till the chicken gets a bit juicier and it gets all the flavors in. Let's see who's come to join us. So we've got SK Studio. Welcome. Thank you for joining in. Walaikum salam. Okay. I like your setup. Wow, thank you so much. I did clean it up. It's not always so clean or tidied up, and all the ingredients are not always here, but yes, a bit of setting for my session. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the dessert now, and we'll later come back to the chicken. Okay, so the first thing in my dessert is making some gelatin. So I'm going to take some gelatin, make sure it's halal, and you can add, I'm going to add a teaspoonful, because I'm using 1 cup of yogurt, but if you're using more yogurt, you can add more of this. So 1 teaspoon of this. And I'm going to add some water in it. So I've added some water. Just give it a nice mix and we'll leave it aside for a few minutes. So we've been joined in by Fatima. Welcome. Thank you so much for coming, dear. Okay. SK Studio, I can feel you. To shoot one video, have to clean up all. Yes, one has to clean up everything because the camera lens is so good these days and it shows everything. Ash Qureshi is asking, which dessert are you making? So I'm making a yogurt dessert. I'm pretty sure you know this one. So the next thing is our yogurt and cream. I'm just gonna fetch them from my fridge. So we've got some yogurt here, 1 cup yogurt, 1 cup cream. So you need a bowl, add the yogurt in it. You can add more or less, but make sure the quantities are equal. Or if you like less cream, that is fine as well. There goes in your yogurt. Now we add some cream in it. I've got simple cream. You can have double cream if you like. The milk pack cream is equally good. And it goes in the cream. Now we're going to add some sugar in it. Sugar is to your taste, of course. So I'm just going to use one of the spoons here. Okay, can we see your face, please? I'm not well confident enough to come on the cameras yet, but maybe someday, you know. I'm a bit camera shy, so okay, so I'm gonna just add the sugar in it. This is totally up to you if you like it too sweet, or if the yogurt is a bit sour, you can add more. If the yogurt is sweet, you don't need to add so much. Sorry about that noise. And give it a nice mix. If you have a mixer, then not a mixer, but the whisk one, the hand whisk. If you have that, that's much better. So here's our gelatin. You can see it's thickened up, but we can still see the granules in it. So I'm just going to heat it up for a minute in the microwave. So bear with me. So I gave it a nice 10 seconds and now you can see it's all dissolved. Just mix it a bit so everything is, so you can't see those tiny bits which we saw before. I'm not sure if the camera is able to show this. Okay, so Sami B is asking, what is this dish called? So it's yogurt, cream, sugar, and some fruits, canned fruits. So I call it yogurt delight. I'm pretty sure other people call it something else. Thank you about everything. Thank you so much. From which university you have done MBA? Oh, that's great. Thank you so much. Well, I did my MBA from Islamic University. So here's our gelatin already. So I'm going to mix it up in this cream and yogurt mixture now. So gradually mix. If you think it's too much, we can always leave the extra bits. But I think I'm gonna go with the whole thing. It's all gone in. And next we're going to add some fruits to it. I've got some canned fruits here, and they have only 4 cherries, so I'm just gonna leave out the cherries for now because I want some of it on top of my dessert after it sets in. So I'm gonna add these fruits. These are basically pineapple, mango, some grapes, pear, and cherry. So I'm just gonna leave this bit of fruit, maybe 1 more spoon, for our topping. And just mix this a bit so that the fruit is equally divided. You can just put this in the fridge as it is if you like. So I'm just gonna make sure it's all mixed up. Okay, so oh man, I did software engineering from there. Now I am back at home, Saudi Arabia. Okay, that's nice to know. I miss Islamabad. Yes, everyone from there do miss it, especially in the summers, because it's nice and cool there. Aisha is saying, watching, amazing. You have gas in UK. Yes, dear, this is a gas stove and we have gas. Okay, so this is all done. I'm just gonna take the spoon out and place it in the fridge. Okay, now since the dessert is done, let's come back to our chicken. And the next step is frying our veggies. So there you can see the gas coming up. Okay, so I'm gonna add some oil in this. It's nearly a tablespoon of oil. Now the veggies I've taken is capsicum, shimla mirch. I've used yellow and red because I was out of green and I didn't realize that until this morning. And we have some onion. I cut them into this shape. And I've got the bigger pieces. I left out the real tiny bits away. And I've got some tomato cut into this cube shape. It's actually a triangle shape. So I'm gonna put my veggies in here. You can put them all together if you have a bigger pan, but since mine is not so big, I'm just gonna do them in 2 parts. So here goes in the first part. And I'm gonna keep the flame a bit high because we just wanna stir fry them a bit. Don't really want them to get overcooked. Okay, so hello everyone. Thank you for joining in. Thank you everyone who just joined in. Welcome to my live session. Okay, so we have Gemini Tricks. Hello Spinel. Thank you so much Gemini Tricks for coming. About everything. Yes, they have. Amsa Abir. Hi. Hello. Papa Zara is saying yes. Ashi, well, they have it, unlike us. Gemini Tricks is saying your way of shooting your video is amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you. What's your favorite dish? Well, that's a tough one. I'm not really sure if I have a favorite. Anyone who knows me would know that I have a sweet tooth and I love desserts. And in terms of the food part, I am not that picky. I eat everything. But I really can't pick up a favorite one at the moment. Maybe pizza. Maybe you could say that. Fatima is saying, never thought in school that we would be such a that you would be such a sophisticated chef. Oh, well, believe me, I'm not a sophisticated chef. I'm nowhere close to the other people. I think they do a very nice job. I'm not good at desi foods at all, so I tend not to do them on my channel either. So, and I go with the easy, quick cooking stuff. Next we have, hello Spinel, kya bana rahi ho? I'm making some Chinese over here. It's chicken boneless with some veggies in a gravy. So it's close to being like sweet and sour, but yeah, maybe the spices are a bit more than that. And I'm not coating the chicken into flour, so that's different. Okay, so my onions and tomatoes are done. I'm going to put them in a bowl. And I'm going to add some capsicum into the pan and just fry it a bit. Okay, so Sarvat, you're doing a great job. Thank you so much. Thank you for your appreciation. You actually direct control the total shift in electrical appliances. Like, it's okay. NS is saying doing great. Thank you so much. Okay, jaldi se banao. Okay, I'll get going then. So they're nearly done. I haven't added extra oil in this one. It's still using up the same oil, and this is a non-stick pan. Okay. So once you feel that they're done, I'm just turning the sides over. Okay, can you do this regularly with low-fat desi dishes? Yes, of course. I think this is a very healthy option to adding too much oils and all that fat in our dishes. So I hope you can see they're slightly done from each side. I'm just gonna take them out. Okay, that's about done. Now I'm going to bring my chicken. So here's the chicken we marinated earlier. So you can do this marination for, I guess, more than an hour as well. But since we don't have a long time, I'm just gonna get on with frying it. You don't need too much of the oil, just add a spoonful. And the pan is already hot, so just add your chicken to it. Okay, so we just leave this to fry for a bit, keep changing sides. And in the meantime, we'll move on to our gravy. Take another saucepan or any pan you like. And now for this, we're going to add some oil in it. Again, I've added a tablespoon of oil, not more. Next, you can just wait for a minute. Oh, I didn't put on the stove. You need the pan to be hot. Okay. So once the pan is slightly warmed up, we're going to add our ingredients. So the first one is garlic paste. We added 1 teaspoon to our marination, and the other one goes into our gravy. Okay, once you have this, next I'm going to add some black pepper. You can use freshly ground one, or you can use the one that you get from the supermarket. So I'm just stirring my chicken, changing sides. Alright, so the next thing is I made some, here it is. I couldn't find the bowl because it was covered up. So I got the set of these and they're really nice. They come in different sizes. So now the next thing is our tomato paste. I made this at home. I just used 2 large tomatoes and I put them in a blender, and I've just added some water into the blender so that I can, get out the whole thing. Otherwise it sticks to the bottom and the sides. So give it a nice stir and let the tomatoes cook for a while. In the meantime, make sure your chicken is cooking well. The chicken does not take a long time, and since I had them in really tiny pieces, so I hope it's going to be quick. Okay, so we have some comments here. Can you recap on the marinade? I think I missed the beginning. Okay, yeah, sure I can. So I used nearly 250 grams of boneless chicken. You can use the other chicken if you like. I added garlic paste, 1 teaspoon, 1 teaspoon black pepper. I used chili, red chili and red chili flakes. You can use one if you don't want it too hot. I added some salt, sugar, vinegar, and soy sauce. Vinegar and soy sauce are a must for your Chinese dishes, aren't they? So I just mixed all those up in the chicken, and then we left them for a while. And in the meantime, we made our dessert. The dessert is ready, and we're on our gravy at the moment. I'm frying our chicken as well. So the tomatoes are boiling up, which is nice. So let's add the rest of the things in this. I've got some, this is tomato paste. It's from the store, it's not homemade. So it gives a nice color. It's nearly a tablespoon. Next we'll add some tomato ketchup. Nearly 2 to 3 tablespoons. Added 3 tablespoons. And I have this tomato paste bottle, tomato ketchup bottle, and it's nearly finishing up. It was actually finished, so I added some water in it. You can add this water to your gravy so that the tomatoes can get cooked in. And this helps clean the bottle as well, so no waste. Okay, so the next thing is hot sauce. You can use chili garlic sauce, hot sauce, or any sort of sauce for a flavor. I'm not going to use too much of this because I think this is really strong. So it's nearly a teaspoonful, I think. It came out really gradually. Anyways, I'm not sure you can see inside my gravy pan at the moment. But you can see the chicken here, it's changing color. So that means it's cooking up. Okay, so the next thing we need is soya sauce. Again, a big tablespoonful of soya sauce. And another tablespoonful of vinegar. Okay, that's done. Let's add some salt now. I'm going to add nearly a teaspoonful. I'm going to add some red chili flakes here instead of the red chili powder. So the flakes go in. And I've got some green chilies. I chopped up one and I've got one whole, so I'm just gonna add this to a gravy. Give it a nice mix. And then I'm gonna add a teaspoon of sugar. You can add water in this if you like, but I think the tomatoes have given up enough water already, so I don't need to add more water to it. And when this is slightly cooked, we're going to add some corn flour mixed in water. And here's your chicken. If you can see it, it's nearly done. Okay, let's read a few of the comments. Nice dress, thank you so much, NS. Aisha is saying she must have noticed it because she's a female. Well, you never know. Seema B is saying, thank you, excellent response to each and every question. Well done, thank you so much. It's a very desi typical trick to clean containers. Oh yes, it is. How is the weather here? Well, the weather here is very nice. It's pleasant, not too cold, not hot. And today the sun is out, so I had my laundry out today. So the gravy is cooking really nicely. That's very nice. Okay, really enjoying your live cooking while doing mine at the same time. Well, I hope you're enjoying, and I'm really glad that you are. Are you cooking the same thing? Oh, I'm pretty sure she'd be cooking something really yummy. Okay. So this gravy is going to take some time to cook because I don't want the tomatoes to be raw. So I didn't really put it on a high flame. It's on a medium. Yes, it's on a medium flame. And so the chicken is nearly done. Okay, who else is here with us? Afsana Khan, welcome and thank you for joining in. Thank you for your prayers. Well done, dear. Allah bless you. Thank you so much. No, but something similar, meat chicken rice. That's wonderful. I'll be serving this with rice as well. So you can use plain white rice, egg fried rice, anything. So I am going to be doing plain white rice. And Assalamu alaikum wa alaikum salam. Welcome to my live session. I'm cooking too with the vegetables. Okay, that's nice. So I'm just gonna turn off my chicken here because this is nearly done. And the gravy is nearly done as well. So the main part was chopping up everything and setting them up, I guess. The cooking bit isn't taking long. It's really quick. With Chinese dishes, it's quick. So I'm just wiping down the sides because there's too much on the sides. They start to burn. Okay. So a few people have left, I guess. That's okay. I hope they'll come back. So I'm just going to prepare my corn flour now. So take a bowl and I'd say a tablespoonful of corn flour. I always mix more and then use maybe half of it. So this is the corn flour. I'm going to add some water to it. I'm not sure if you can hear the tomato puree, the tomato gravy simmering, but it is. So the corn flour is ready. So I'm just gonna shift it to this one. So maybe because it's closer. So I'm gonna add my chicken to it. And my fried veggies. Just go ahead and give it a nice mix. Actually, I think the gravy is thick enough on its own. It doesn't need any corn flour in it. So I'm just going to skip the corn flour. And I'll just show you how it looks like. So if you can see, this is how our dish looks like. It's really nice and colorful. I'm gonna give it a taste. I usually don't taste while cooking. Just wanted to see how the spices turn out. Not bad. It's not too hot and it's not mild. Yeah, it's something in between. So our chicken is ready. All done. So I'm just gonna leave it in this pan I'm just going to cover it up because it's still not time for dinner. So I'm going to have this later. Let's just move these on my screen, clear it up. And I'll just check on my dessert. If it has settled down, we can do the finishing bit. But I don't think it will. No, it still needs a bit more time. It's not quite done. Okay. So the next thing we are going to make are some cupcakes. And let's start. So you need a bowl, of course. And the next thing is butter. So I took out, it's nearly 150 grams of butter. And it's been lying outside the fridge for an hour now. So it's hopefully room temperature. So add the butter in. And then we're going to add 3 eggs. We have eggs into this. So I'm just going to crack my eggs in a separate bowl first to be on the safe side. Okay, so I'm gonna add the first egg in, because if there's a bad one, we don't want to get our butter or bad. Second egg. And this looks fine. Okay, and then the third one. I'm sorry I'm really slow with the eggs, but the thing is, I need to check each egg first. So this one has a tiny bit of something here, so I'm just going to remove it. Okay, it's good to go. We've got the eggs in it. Now I'm going to give it a mix with my beater. So let's put this in. And I hope this won't be too noisy. The butter is still not quite soft. Okay, maybe I'll give the butter a few more minutes to just soften up in the egg, and then we'll mix it again because we want it to be really smooth. Yeah. So I'm making lemon cupcakes. I'm sorry I didn't introduce the dish before starting it. So I'm making lemon cupcakes, and we're going to be adding some lemon zest, lemon juice, into our cupcakes. And this won't even take long in baking. It just takes around 18 to 20 minutes. So this beating time really takes up a bit of the time. So I'll just move on to the flour. So we used 150 grams of butter. We're using 150 grams of flour, and we'll use 150 grams of sugar. Okay, so once you have your flour here, I'm going to add a half teaspoonful of baking powder. So not a spoonful, but a half teaspoon. Give it a nice mix. Okay. Next, we can just keep this aside. And we can add some sugar into this mixture. Sugar is 150 grams as well. And sorry for the noise again. Now you can see it's getting smoother by the minute. I'm just gonna scrape up the sides and then give it another whisk. Okay. I hope it's not too noisy. So I've got the mixture really nice and smooth over here. I think you can see it. And now I'm going to add some vanilla extract to this, just for a bit of this fragrance. Just nearly 2 full drops. Oh, the mixture is really fluffy and nice. That's good. Okay. So the next is our flour. along with the baking powder. So we're going to add the flour to our mixture here through a sieve. You can do this beforehand as well, but I'm just gonna do it here. So this just helps give the flour some air, and your cupcakes or your cake turns out really fluffy and nice. If I was saying, wow, I love lemon cakes. Oh yes. Thank you. I hope you like the recipe as well. So gradually keep adding the flour. I think we should give it a nice mix now. So fold in your flour. Okay, that's done. Add some more. So what else should we talk about? It's gone really quiet now. So if there's something you'd like to talk about, do comment, let me know. So I'm just going to keep adding this flour until it's all done. Okay, I'm just going to add the remaining all together. Okay, that's all done. Once all the flour is gone in, just make sure it's all nicely mixed up. Don't want any dry bits lying around. And the next step is getting some lemon zest. So I've got a lemon here. And I'm going to just hope it's coming out on the other side. Yep, now it is. I'm pretty sure you can't see, but the tiny bits are falling in. So we need how much lemon zest? Actually, mainly depends on your taste as well. If you want it strong, you can add a lot of it. But I'm doing just one lemon. Yeah, it's just sticking inside. So just keep scraping. Hello Hadia, thanks for joining in. And looks so yummy from Ima. Okay, that's Ima here. Thank you for joining in, Ima. And thank you for the appreciation. Okay, so I tried to show you how much I've got it in. But I'm not really sure if you can see, but parts of the lemon have been scraped off. So make sure your lemons are unwaxed, nicely cleaned up, because we don't want any chemicals going into our food. So this is going to give a nice taste to our cupcakes. The lemony flavor is through our cupcakes. It's through the lemon in our cupcakes. Okay, so I'm nearly done. I'll just show you the lemon once again. Okay, so here it is. I've scraped quite a lot of it. And this is the zest that comes out. Just add it to your mix. And since I have an electric oven, I don't need to preheat it for a long time. So I'm just going to switch it on now. We'll be baking this at 180 degrees for nearly 18 to 20 minutes. So I've set it to heat up, and now we're going to put this into our cupcakes. So this is all mixed up, nice and done. I hope you can see the mixture, it's really nice and smooth. Just remove the bins and get my baking tray. So here's my baking tray. I hope this is not too hot. Okay, so I've got my tray here. I'm going to line it up with some Hadi was saying, what time is it in the UK? And I should say it's 5 o'clock. Yes, you're right, it is 5 o'clock. The clock just struck 5. Okay, so I try to divide my mixture into 12 cupcakes, but if I turn up short or I'm left over, that's okay, I don't mind. So the mixture is supposed to be for 12 cupcakes, but anyway, so just leave it here and then add a spoonful into each. There we go, that's the first one. Let's slow down. Okay. So I'm just adding enough to so that when they rise, they don't really come out of their paper capacity. This stays within. But if you like them nice and big, you can always add more. Okay, so I'm nearly done. I think I'm gonna get all of them. Not bad. Okay, so that's nearly all of them. Just scraping up the sides. So, any more comments or no more? So, is there something you'd like me to talk about? To let me know, we could, pick up a topic, talk about it. You can keep posting comments, and I could read those comments if you like. Okay, so this is all done. Yep, looks good. I hope you can see it evenly divided. So I'm just gonna check if my oven is hot enough. Still maybe a minute more, and then we'll put it in. Feeling hungry now after watching these yummy recipes. Oh, thank you so much. I hope they taste as good as they look. And asking me to make some cupcakes. Okay, exactly. Yeah. All right, so I'm just gonna place them in a minute. So, something you guys would like to talk about? Do comment, let me know. I wasn't really sure what I should do in my first live session, so I just uh, sort of I had to go on. Actually, I had to go live on my computer, so uh, I thought I'll do it in the kitchen. But I want to do one live with my crochet, and I'm not really sure how the camera will fit in because usually when I do my crochet, it's on top on a stand, and with the computer screen, I'm not really sure. But anyways, I hope I can manage that one next time. So baby Sharko is here. I also have a sweet tooth. Oh yes, I know that. Um, and let's put these in to the oven now. It's hot enough. So these go in, and this one, it's. I'm just gonna put a timer because I'm really bad at timing myself. So I'm gonna put 18 minutes. I just put 18 minutes on my timer, and it started. So we check the cupcakes after 18 minutes. Thank you everyone for joining in. So I'm just gonna check on the dessert, see if it's all set. It's still not set because I think it needs an hour or so for the gelatin to do its magic. So it's just been nearly, I think, 30 minutes or so since we started. Since I put the dessert in the fridge, not since we started. Okay. So I hope you liked the stuff that I made today, and I hope someone's gonna taste it and let me know how it turned out. Actually, someone is excited to taste it, but yeah. So yeah, this is my kitchen. This is where I usually shoot my recipes. I usually have my camera on top of my slab over here, so this thing is most visible in my videos. And sometimes I cook on the stove, so I have my camera on top over there. But it gets really heated up when it's on top over here, and I need to figure out a solution for that. Yes, sweet and spicy vanilla saying good job. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining in, and thank you for the appreciation. So we made some Chinese today, a dessert, and I've just put in some cupcakes into the oven. Hopefully they'll be out in another 15 minutes. So I started my YouTube because I was, we were all actually in our houses locked down because of the COVID. So I thought that, utilizing my time, I usually do crochet a lot, and I love making blankets because once I get the pattern, it's just a repeat all over. So once I get a hang of it, then I just put on my favorite dramas, a series or something on the television, and then just keep crocheting and enjoy the telly as well. Especially, it's really nice and comfy in winters, and you can always sit in bed or on the sofa with something on your legs and then keep crocheting. But in summers, at times the yarn is really warm because I usually do the wool yarn. So that time, sometimes I just give it a skip as well during summers. If it's too hot, we did have a few hot days, actually quite a lot of hot days. So those days I prefer not to do crochet. I feel like doing something else or read a book or something. Yeah, don't want to cook in the heat as well. It's not as hot as it is in Pakistan, but still, when you're standing in front of the stove, it just does get hot. So I love trying out different patterns for my crochet work. I've done. I don't like repeating stuff a lot, but sometimes I have to repeat them, to make two similar socks, or if I'm making something for kids, I need to, do maybe 10 or 12 of them, so I have to repeat my patterns, but I like trying out new things. And I love making stuff for my nieces, of course. And it's mostly in winters that they get to use them because the summers are long. But yes, still, it's fun to see them use them. So Hadia is saying, I've started learning crochet. Oh, that's wonderful. That is absolutely wonderful. I hope you like doing it, and I hope you're enjoying learning it. So most people ask me if I know how to knit. I don't know how to knit. And some people go like, why isn't it the same thing? Well, I find knitting really hard. And initially, I didn't really meet many people, so I thought it was just me with this thing. But then I went to some crochet groups, I met some people, and I actually found so many people who knew how to crochet and they didn't know how to knit. And they actually found knitting hard. So I have found like minded people after all. So that was actually a relief to know I'm not the odd one out. But knitting is really fun. Knitting is really neat. I really liked the texture after a knitted cardigan or a blanket. It's really soft. I really like that feeling. But crochet is crochet. I find it more quicker than knitting. The rows and the rounds and everything, they go a bit more quicker than when you're knitting something. Yeah, what is the corona situation in UK? Well, the schools have reopened. A lot of people are going to work now, but the hospitals are still facing a lot of positive cases. So one needs to be cautious on their own because I think no one can force you to take cautions. Some people are very against the reopening of the schools at the moment. But I think the kids are excited to go back and meet their friends. Of course, they don't really do all the social distancing and all the washing hands and everything. But yeah, I actually don't really know how it is within the school because I'm no longer a part of the school anymore. So this is all the things I hear around. I'm not a you could say a very positive source or something. Maybe you should check out the newspapers as someone else. But yeah, other than that, the if you have to travel on the bus or going to the shopping center, you have to wear your masks and um, I think keeping hand sanitizers with you is a good thing. So I don't really go out much. I don't really go out at all because we get our groceries online, so everything comes toward the doorstep. So we literally don't go out, not even to the corner shop. So, and we've been like this since March, really March, yes. So it's been a long time now, and we don't really meet any other people as well. So only on the telephones or messaging groups, that is all. So a YouTube channel is actually a good way of keeping me busy and keeping me active. Otherwise, I could stay in bed for days. Yeah. So I did sort of dress up for my live session, even though I wasn't going to come on the camera. But I thought it will still, the glimpses of me going to the fridge and coming back. I don't want to be in my night suits. Um, so another 9 minutes for our cupcakes. And I think my live session has been nearly more than an hour now. So hopefully I finish when my cupcakes come out. Don't want to take too much of your time, guys. Thank you everyone for tuning in. And thank you for those who stayed with me from the beginning up to now. Thank you so much. So do let me know in the comments if you want to see something different in my live sessions or in my videos. I try to do different stuff, of course, within my cooking and the crochet show. But of course, positive feedback is always welcome. So if you saw my vlog about my backyard, my back garden, I showed my apple tree, and at that time my apples were getting to a point where they started to change color, but they were not quite there as yet. And I did say they change color and they ripen up near or around September. So just a day or two ago, I saw my apples and they were nice and big in size, and they've also started to change color. I'm hopefully gonna show you a video or a photograph soon. So I'm actually really excited about them. It's always nice to, when you have fruits or vegetables or your garden has nice flowers and it's growing, it always gives you a nice feeling, a fresh feeling. So if my dessert isn't done until we finish our live session, all you have to do is just take out your bowl and then garnish it with the remaining fruits. So these were the fruits left over. I used all the canned fruits, and these were the cherries. So we're going to top them up with some nice red or pink cherries and some of the fruit around it, and that's gonna be it. And for the cupcakes, we have to make a drizzle. So for the drizzle, we need some lemon juice and sugar and mix them together. And when the cupcakes come out, just put a few teaspoons or maybe 1 teaspoon on top of each cupcake, and that's gonna give the nice lemon flavor to them. So since we have time, why don't we start with our lemon juice? So this is my juicer, and I'm gonna use the same lemon I took the zest from. Just gonna cut it into half and then squeeze it. So this is nearly half a lemon. So you can use more lemon if you want a stronger taste, less lemon if you like it mild. I'm just going to use 1 lemon. Or maybe if there are like 12 cupcakes, a spoon each. Maybe a bit more, but let's see. Let's see how much we have. I think it's going to be enough because these are really big lemons. But if you're using the ones in Pakistan, they're quite small, so I think you need like 4 to 5 of them to get the same amount of juice you're using for 1 lemon, this sized. Okay, so lemon's done. And now for the sugar. I'm just gonna add this lemon into a bowl. Lemon juice, sorry. The seeds are coming up, so I'm just gonna take them out first. Okay, so we've got the lemon juice here. I think this should be enough for 12 cupcakes. Next we have our sugar. Here's our sugar. So I'm going to put 1, 2, 3. I think this should be enough. I'm not sure if I want it too sweet or sour. So, maybe half a spoon more. Okay. Let's give it a nice mix so that it's nice and mixed and the sugar is dissolved. This is caster sugar and it's not very grainy. It's small granules. But yeah, if you have the other sugar, which is really with the big ones. Oh, I've got a. So then I think maybe you should just grind it a bit before you add it to the lemon. And I think if you keep mixing it for a while, the sugar is going to just dissolve. So the cupcakes are nearly done. I'm just going to give a little check on them. Oh yeah, they look so nice. I think another minute for my timer and then we'll take them out. So this is the lemon and sugar mix. It's a drizzle. We're going to just put a few drops and maybe, like a spoonful on each cupcake. And you can also make butter icing on top to top on these cupcakes. It's entirely up to you since these are still warm. I'm not going to put anything on top. But after they cool down, if you feel like, make a butter icing using butter 150 grams, and you can add some icing sugar or nearly twice as much. So if you're using like 150 grams of butter, you can use 300 grams of icing sugar. Or if you're using 100 grams, and use like twice as much. And then lemon juice. You can use half a lemon juice or maybe a little bit more than that, but don't use too much on the butter icing. And just mix them together so that they're nice and fluffy and the mixture is smooth enough. You put them in a piping bag and just top it on your cupcakes, and that is going to give a nice look to them. Okay, my timer just beeps, so I'm going to take out my cupcakes. Let's just put this over here so we have space for them. I'm also going to check them, of course. If they're not done, we don't want uncooked. So I'm just putting a toothpick, if you can see, into one of these, and if it comes out clean, it's good enough. So I just did put the toothpick in two of the cupcakes to check how they are, and they look really nice. What do you guys think? How does it look? Good? Or nah? Diversity by Deepa. Hi all. Hello Deepa. Thank you for joining in. So these are my cupcakes, and you can, I'm not sure if you can see, but the sides are nice and a bit darker in color, and the top is just done. Yeah. I'm just checking the underside if it's done or not, but I think it is. Yep. Nice and done. So this is how they look like. Now for our drizzle, which we made earlier. The sugar is nearly mixed, not quite all done, but maybe that's how it's supposed to be. Yeah, now it's quite done actually. So just a spoonful on each of our cupcakes. It's really warm, so they'll just sink in. I'm actually doing not a spoonful, but slightly less than that. So just make sure each of them gets a plenty share. Okay, I've nearly used more than half of my drizzle. That's good. So I'm just gonna check if it's going like deep inside. Maybe just punching them so that the juice really goes inside them, because we want the lemon flavor. Deep inside our cupcakes as well. Just putting a drop more. So this is nearly done. So I'm just going to put these on a rack so that they can cool down. Okay, here's my black. I'm not sure why this folded in, and now you can see a dip in these cupcakes. I'm not really sure why this happened. Okay, so I've got 9 of them over here. Maybe I can put a few on the other one. Alright, so that's all done. So you can place these anywhere you like. We're going to cool down. This is nearly cooled down, but let's just leave it here. Okay, now for the dessert. It's still a bit runny. It hasn't really settled as yet. I'm just gonna decorate it with some, oh, it's sinking in. So this is our dessert. It's a yogurt delight, lemon cupcakes, and Chinese. Just trying to figure out where I should put my next. So this is how it finally gets to. Okay, that's all done. I just move these to the side. Okay. So this is how it looks like. The mixture still hasn't yet settled down. The gelatin maybe needs a bit more time. Or maybe I added less gelatin. Maybe I should have gone with 1.5 teaspoons instead of 1. So anyways, I let it rest in the fridge for another hour or so. So I hope you guys liked it. Thank you so much for joining in. And thank you for all the appreciation, for the positive comments. And hopefully you'll keep encouraging me and supporting me. And I hope you come back to my live sessions. I'm going to do a live session on my crochet next time. So, dear fun yummy cupcakes, thank you so much. Thank you for all the appreciation. Thank you for tuning in. Inshallah, see you next time. Bye-bye.